Hello, my name is Kira. I don't have an opening. Let's just get into it. This is Arcane Season 2, Episode 8, Killing is a Cycle. I am excited to say that my league sibling is going to be coming for the holidays, and I'm definitely going to try to drag him on here to talk about the show. I think that if you enjoy my talking at all about the show, you're going to enjoy getting us to talk about it together, because he's very media literate and he also played League pretty obsessively for a number of years. So I think his perspective will be really nice, and it'll also just be nice to like bounce stuff back and forth, because that's always what we do when we end up being in the same house together. If I can get him on here and get a video of that, I think if you enjoy talking shop about the show, that should probably be pretty good. And I'm sure I've taken up a minute now, so let's just get into the episode. Black Rose, yes. Mel! Oh, my wife is so cool.
One of you? A mage?
We each have our own expressions. Yours is quite rare.
Even now you hide your true face behind illusions.
Truth is the greatest illusion of them all.
What has my mother done?
A calamity is approaching, rivaling even the ancient rune wars.
So, not to make everything about Viktor, but literally, she is kind of being a foil for Viktor at the moment. Like, her coming out and, like, checking out her new, like, form and everything really reminded me of him coming out of the goop. And then all of a sudden having, like, this new power is very reminiscent of him as well. And I don't know, like, is she gonna end up being like kind of the good side of the coin to his bad side of the coin? Like, obviously she's talking about now being affected by the arcane, so again, another parallel of them both being affected by the arcane now, the two probably the most entwined with it. I know that Echo and Heimerdinger and Jace are all affected by the arcane as well, but if Mel's a mage, that makes her very, very entwined with the arcane, so along with Viktor. So if we talk about two sides of the same coin, if she is able to deal with the arcane and not become corrupted by it in the way that I'm expecting Viktor to be, then they make pretty neat foils for each other. So I'm really interested on how they're gonna go with Mel here.
She hid you because you are that which she covets most. A weapon. Those untouched by the arcane fear us.
What is this?
Welcome. The world is a perilous place for a solitary mage.
She can do it. If anyone can do it. In the opening now, I saw the mask behind Viktor. He definitely makes those little creepy robot mannequin things. Okay. Such a good opening, and now get Echo going back in time, all that stuff. Like, it's such a good opening. The Macbeth reference with Kate is still sending me. I love it. Oh, yep. Yep.
The blood should sustain Viktor for a short while.
Oh, okay.
Beyond that, it is up to his own will.
All tubed up, just like Rio. I think she was purple, wasn't she?
Doctor, your ingenuity deserves praise.
The world I now see
Is more lucid.
See, now these are zombies. Now these are zombies. gonna get me on the idea that the Viktor from before was turning people into zombies. Like, he might not have realized, like, how they would die when he did. But, you don't get the guy who's like, yep, I'm gonna save Vander, and just, you know... That guy was not creating zombies.
Is the glorious evolution.
I sense my twilight approaching.
Oh. Gotta prepare for myself for if he becomes the big bad. When he becomes the big bad. It's kind of inevitable at this point, isn't it? He might die. But I kind of feel like he just did already. I am a big believer in, like, death of the author. You know, it actually kind of drives me nuts when someone, like, puts something out, and then, like, later comes in with, like, interviews. Like, I don't mind explaining, like, what your passion was or what you personally think about it. Like, I don't mind them having opinions, but once the work is out there, that is only, and maybe that sounds weird, but, you know, if an author puts out a book and then later comes in and is like, oh, this, and this, it's kind of like, well, that's your opinion because you've put out the book and people are able to interpret it as much as they can and want to. And so, you know, I can respect, it's like, you know, I can respect that you are putting out an opinion on the thing that you created, but it has been created and people can see it. And so now that you are saying, well, actually it means this, it's like, well, if you didn't make it clear enough within the actual substance of your creation, then you can't fault people for not getting your vision, right? Like, if you wanted, you know, if you wanted this character to seem like this sexuality, you should have made them seem like that within the context. I want to be respectful of, like, stuff when it comes to sexuality, obviously, but at the same time, it's like, if people don't interpret them as the sexuality you are saying that they are, I also don't blame them, because if you don't make it inherent in the thing itself, then it's like, you already put it out there. So, like, if people are going to be like, oh, well, in this scene, this was actually happening because the animators or the creators or whatever said later in an interview that this is what was happening, well, then they should have made it really obvious in the scene that that was what was happening. Like, you don't get to go back and, like, add more context or reinterpret a scene, because now people have already seen it and they're getting their own interpretations. It's like Shakespeare doesn't get to, like, float his ghosty ass down over my shoulder whenever I start interpreting his works in a different way. Because, you know what? Death of the author, even if they're still alive, once they have put their creation out into the world, it is for other people to interpret. And some of those interpretations might suck. But if you don't make something clear within the creation of your thingy, or if you leave subtext that can be interpreted, or just, like, full up, not even subtext that can be interpreted, it's out there. You know, you don't get to go back and be like, oh, wait, shoot, people are looking at this in a way that I didn't mean, or they're not getting my super subtle hidden meaning. Like, it's great. You can have an opinion. You can share your opinions on your own work, I guess. I don't know. Opinion isn't the right word, but at the same time, it's like, I don't feel like they are the word of God anymore once the work has been put out. If my book ever gets publishes, like, fingers crossed, like, it's like, as soon as that happens, I step back. I'll have fun if people read it, seeing, you know, how they interpret the characters, how they want to take them, if they want to put them into a modern coffee shop AU, heck, I will read the hell out of that. But, you know, it's not my place to go on social media and be like, actually, Dumbledore's gay. It's not my place anymore. I put the work out into the world. It's not my place anymore to get to interpret it for other people. You create, and then other people get to see. if you don't make something obvious enough in your execution, then people are free to think whatever the hell they want about it, you know? That's my opinion, at least. So, you know, I don't know. That's something that kind of drives me nuts when people are like, you know, come forward and they're like, actually, people in this interview, and it's like, I don't care. The creator is dead. Dead creator. It's nice that they have an opinion, but their opinion does not actually mean that I have to see the show that way, because if they wanted that opinion to be canon to me, then they should have made it really obviously canon. I'm really glad that he's Sky with him.
Festers beneath the hex gates.
I will deliver you to this anomaly if you agree to empower every soldier I bring you.
I will evolve all those willing.
All those willing? I'm not sure I heard some consent. Oh, yeah. No, Isha's dead. I'm not sure I get what this guy's purpose is. Loris? I don't know. I feel like this character was introduced so randomly and then, like, has not played a part. It's kind of like Fishboy and Maddie. Like, they just got introduced because we needed soldiers to join Caitlyn and Vi. And then, like, he obviously did not support martial law and went with Vi, but, you know, it's, I don't know, like, they feel, like, it feels like their characters are being a little clumsily handled, unfortunately.
She oinked poison in your ear and you just ate it. I know!
Ooh. Personal accountability, that's a good thing.
The only I was waiting for you to recover.
Kate, she's changed.
Like, I certainly feel like this is fair on Caitlyn's part. Like, Vi was perfectly willing to fight Jinx a few episodes ago, and, you know, it's great that she was able to, like, meet her and meet Vander, and I think, you know, that certainly pulled them together again, you know. You know, them being able to, Vi being able to trust her again. But Caitlyn didn't have that experience, and, you know, the fact that she wanted to wait for Vi to wake up before making any sort of decision, I think that shows that she has really, like, simmered down a lot, and is ready to, like, take things reasonably. And also the fact that she realizes that Ambessa was manipulating her, like, that shows some personal accountability, and also, like, realizing that she was put in that situation because of where she was at emotionally, and because she could be manipulated at that point. So, you know, she is taking personal accountability for what happened, and is also trying to give, I think, Vi a lot of respect in wanting to, well, hear her thoughts, the thing that she doesn't get with Maddie. She wants to know Vi's thoughts on the matter, you know? So I think this is a really fair place for Caitlyn to be right now. Oh, is she gonna talk directly to Jinx? This'll be good. This'll be interesting. Oh, Jinx.
If you're here to kill me, make sure to finish the job. She can't accept what you and I know.
Unraveled.
There are no happy endings. Do what you came here to do.
She doesn't know what she came here to do.
Hating you?
I didn't know your mom was there. It probably wouldn't have made a difference, but...
This is so interesting, actually, because of course Powder was very young when Mom and Dad died. And then when Vander died and Vi was taken away, she had Silco right away, who began embracing her as Jinx, and she was able to kind of, I think, push away the pain of that. Of losing Vander and Vi, because she had Silco and the persona of Jinx to transform into. Losing Isha like this is probably the most direct loss that she has faced as either Powder or Jinx. She has never had to just sit there and deal with the fact that someone is dead or gone. That's never happened to her before. And it was Isha. In a way, this is like accountability. For the first time, Jinx is feeling the loss that she has caused for other people, that she caused for Caitlyn, losing a family member. So admitting that, like, it wouldn't have mattered, but, like, she's actually, I think, for the first time, feeling that sort of pain and realizing that's the pain that she caused Caitlyn. And Kate's just too tired of hating. Oh wow, that put Jinx in such an interesting place. The first time that she really has to deal with the grief of losing somebody. Without being young enough to have a sister to take care of her through it, without... I mean, she said that she was able to remember Mom's smell, right? Like, you know... I don't think that she grieves for them in the same way that Vi does, simply because Vi is a little bit older, right? And that's all it is. She's got more memories. And then she just wasn't able to grieve for Vander and Vi properly because of being taken in by Silco and taking on the identity of Jinx. That is just, that's so, and then of course, she, I mean, yes, I know that she, like, you're like, Silco died, but we know that she hasn't been handling that either. Like, she still, you know, is talking to his empty chair, right? You know, having visions of letting him go in the river and just... You know, having to, when she talks about it, it's like, when it comes to Silco, Jinx really does not take accountability for the fact that she killed him. Like, she talks about how, oh, he left her, he shouldn't have died, someone pumped you full of holes. She doesn't ever, like... put herself into that equation. She's distanced herself from that as well, so that Silco's death, I think, ends up being something that she's able to distance herself from. But this here, she feels like personally responsible for what happened to Isha. Because she felt responsible for Isha. And being able to say, I didn't know your mom was there, it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I recognize that kind of grief now, because it's the first time that she's having to deal with that sort of grief. That is really powerful. That's really powerful shit. Oh my gosh. I love the Kintsugi look. Uh-oh. Oh, smell, okay. Don't smash Mel, okay? Let's not do that. She's a good mage. I hope.
You.
I mean, it was simply a good brace.
You're the reason we didn't die in the attack. How long have you known?
But this I still don't fully understand.
Why just me? Why not save all of them?
It wasn't a decision. One moment you're addressing the council and the next we're
Because you used me and Viktor for Hex Tech. You called us investments.
You were a wise investment.
Don't smash her! Jace! Jesus Christ! Oh my god, it's one of them.
Allow us a moment of civility, Jace. We must talk.
Oh my god, what?
How did you get in here?
You once benefited from my knowledge of this place.
So he's truly put himself into a body that can be perfect. Yep, okay, Viktor's gone. Viktor's gone. Did he make those out of the people from the commune? I don't like this. Take it back. Shit, you can fly?
I now speak with all their voices.
Say what you came here to say.
The arcane stirs within you.
Don't hurt her.
Stay away from the Hex Gates.
Oh, he moves so fast and fluidly. That's gotta be... You're not human anymore. Not remotely human anymore.
This chain of events started with you. In my let us instead do this once again as
Well, that's heterosexual
partners.
of you.
My partner died in this room.
Oh shit, he just fixes himself like that. Nothing broken, nothing bad. Strong, able to lift Jace with one hand. Is that Mel? Don't kill him, buddy. That isn't gonna work because he's like, you know, in everything now, so nice try, folks. How sincere was that, I wonder? Let's do everything once again as partners. Like, he was trying to, like, say, you know, Jace, you did this too. I mean, and yes, Jace was part of it, but this decision with the robot things, that's on you, Vic. What do you want to do as partners? You just, well, how is Jace supposed to be a part of that? Like, what, you're gonna turn him into that robot? I mean, I guess he was like a robot in the future with the mage. But, you know, like, realistically, what part does Jace have to do with this glorious evolution of yours? But he's still, like, shocked and upset by it.
Doctor, you may begin the process.
No!
Go away.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
You're too late.
Silco, she hasn't dealt with it.
Killing isn't mercy.
A spark of rebellion still burns inside that husk, I see. I thought I could break free by eliminating those I deemed my jailers. I think the cycle only ends when you find the will to walk away.
If you come, help use all that explosive potential of yours for good, maybe we could rewrite your story.
Sure, Vi.
You're never gonna give up on me, are you?
Oh! You deserve to be with her. Wait. There's no good version of me.
Jinx,
What
no.
are you gonna do?
No, this feels too much like a last goodbye. Don't.
I've been an idiot. And an ass.
Well, at least he admits
You're
it
hurting
now.
too.
I'm no more than a passenger. A life I spent in self-pity. Now it's gone. I can never return to it.
Never being able to return to self-pity. A terrifying and yet very freeing prospect. Also, Jace, why is your shirt two times too small?
I've been confused about a lot lately. But there's one
Also,
thing I
yeah,
know
Ben.
in my bones. You will never be a passenger.
I feel like you should apologize for all the other things you said, but I mean, she did kind of. I don't know. I don't know how much I hold Mel accountable. Oh, there's my other wife.
Quiet!
Polyamory.
This creature infiltrated the very room you're standing in. The Noxian General is leading them. This isn't a fight for ideals or territory. I'm asking, no begging you, every one of you, top side and bottom, to aid us in this coming war.
Fish boy.
Now, this isn't a fair request, but it is our only hope. We need every hand we can get.
So Viktor is going to be what actually brings
We're
Zahn and
abandoning the city's
Piltover
outskirts to
together.
stage our defense at the Hex Gates.
March of the Mannequins? No. Zahnites. So I'm becoming the villain. In becoming the villain, Viktor actually makes Zahn and Piltover work together. I'm sorry, kiddo. I'm sorry you had to become the big bad in order to do good things. Failed to do good. Does good once being bad. Wow.
Had a feeling I might find you here.
I went behind your back. I choose wrong every time.
Bye.
And because of it, I lost everyone.
You really think I needed all the guards at the Hex Gates? You've grown a bit predictable.
Oh, thank God. Oh. Oh, is this... Oh, am I gonna have to censor this? Oh, YouTube won't like this. Oh. They're doing this in a prison cell. This is way too tender. She can't get the belt. That's such a cute... God, those... Oh. Hats are hot. Congrats on the sex! I can't believe one of my favorite representations of a sapphic relationship comes from a TV show based on League of Legends. I can't... The way they animated that, to have the clumsiness and the silliness and just the, you know, tenderness. Like, obviously it was like, okay, they're gonna have sex, but it wasn't about, you know, it wasn't about let's make it look as hot as possible, you know. You don't do fumbling with the belt, you know. It's like it was the focus on their hands, you know, looking at Vi's, you know, wound, and then, you know, again messing with the belts and just the reality of it, you know, and that's what I think we miss in a lot of, you know, when there's, you know, women, you know, sex scenes. There's such a emphasis on the hotness of the, you know, two women or whatever, but it's like these two have screwed up and hurt each other and helped each other and forgiven each other and not forgiven each other and then forgiven each other again, and have just, and in the end just end up being pulled together, because not even pulled together, they want to be together. Kate knew what Vi was going to do. She gave her that choice. She gave her the choice of what Vi was going to do, and then she went down there and was like, girl, I sent all the cards away. Jeez. In a show based on League of Legends. Is she gonna, like, try to talk sense into her mom?
You're alive. I carried him in my belly, nursed him from my bosom. He was all the sweetness in my heart. For that, they took him, carved into me a wound that will never close.
Board your boats. Leave our shores. I will join you. We can avenge Kino together.
The fact you've come to parley for your friends' lives prove you still lack the wrath necessary to defeat an enemy like the Rose. I've found another way.
Oh no.
Imagine, child, an army that need never fear death.
Okay, so I guess we do see how the robot were made. Oh no. Sky leaves because this is when he truly isn't himself anymore.
Thank you very much for your company in my solitude. I will miss our talks.
No. You won't.
Oh. He won't be capable of feeling that. You don't have to hurt me like this.
You won't.
Take a seat, but I'd rather you not be here for. Stay your pretty eyes on course. Keep the memories of who I was before.
No.
Stay your pretty eyes on course.
He's gone. sure they didn't consent to this. Yeah, you're crossing a line.
If I've crossed the line.
There he is. Machine Herald. Oh, what a killer song. Oh, man, it's way too late to just go on to the last episode. I want to go on to the last episode. Oh, God. Okay, so I think I was right. I think I was right. Singe does turn him into... Now, he does ask to be turned into it. I was not sure about that point, but Singe turns Viktor into the Machine Herald, and now he's making all those robots. And I don't think that they consented Viktor, so, you know, Mr. There's always a choice. I don't think you're giving people a choice here, so... Yeah, no, Sky leaving and saying, no, you won't, that's definitely the last... That's the last of Viktor as we know him. Knew him. Because he won't even have the emotions left to feel loneliness or sadness or joy or love, because that's what he wanted to get rid of, you know. That's human weakness. Humans should be these freaky mannequin robot thingies, because they can fix themselves. Snap their wrist and they just fix it back. Nothing bad about their leg or their illness or you know, they don't need a brace around their chest or anything like that. They're robots who just fix themselves. The conversation between Mel and Jace was interesting. I really have to go back and like watch it again just I think it was again Jace trying to like throw a little bit of his own personal responsibility away, because he certainly seemed fine with Mel later. Because it's like, you know, you called us investments. Well, you were. And that's how she thinks. You know, that's how, I mean, she's a politician. And magic did create good things, great things in Piltover. It didn't have to be emotions involved for her to see something to have potential. So yeah, she acted like a politician because she is one. It doesn't mean that she's devoid of emotion or that she's not taking responsibility for what happened. It has to be a hell of a time to be like, oh, that's Viktor? He's like this slightly... Is it weird to call it a sexy robot? Because like they sure got like skinny waist and hips for days. It's like last time she saw him, he was in the goop, and it's like now he's turned into this little robot thing. It's like, well, that's a change. I've changed too. Guess we've both been going through some stuff, huh? Boy. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, yes, they were an investment. They were an investment for a lot of people. That doesn't mean that she doesn't care about you as a person, but she was able to recognize the difference between you as a person and the you as what you are able to create, you know? It's like, that's why she was like one of the few people who actually cared about Viktor, because she knew that he was also in on the actual creation, whereas most people just cared about Jace the figurehead. So that was unfair of him. And I'm glad that it showed them being like amiable later, because that wasn't fair of him. Mel has not been perfect throughout the entire series, but she didn't deserve that kind of treatment. And also, this is what I was talking about when I talked about Mel coming into her own as a leader for Piltover. Like, obviously, she was already a member of the council. She was already amazing, but like, when I talk about Mel coming into her own, I mean, come on. She's accepted being a mage. I would call that a bit of a step up. Okay? And also, like, hey, I will say that I can try to get my mom out of here. I will go with her. I will try to get the entire invasion called off. You know, this is her really growing up from someone who was the politician who was like, and here's how to manipulate people subtly, to someone who has embraced that she is not who she always thought she was and will take complete advantage of that fact. She's fantastic, and I hope, however this ends up, she stays in Piltover, because they really need a leader, I think, who has had her life experiences at this point. I'm going to assume that we have one episode left, that they're not going to get into the Black Rose, really. So I think that, you know, having her in a place of leadership would be a good thing for the city. And again, the fact that in his becoming the force of evil, I shall say, I don't want to say evil, but, you know, it's kind of the word. In becoming the bad guy, Viktor is actually uniting Zahn and Piltover. That's when he saw Vander's vision for Zahn and thought it was beautiful. Now he's creating this world where Zahnites and Piltoverians, I don't know what they're called. Pilties? Where Zahnites and Pilties, you know, have to get along in order to fend off his slutty robots. Which he definitely did not get the consent to make, come on. Those people would not all those people would have been like, yeah, you can totally just, like, turn us into robots. That's totally cool. We're fine with that. I mean, like, they were grateful that he saved them with, like, the Herald powers and that he healed them, but that's a big difference between, yeah, just turn me into an unthinking robot machine, or I guess maybe they're thinking. Nah, there's a difference there. So it's just ironic, you know, that quote, in our pursuit to do great, we fail to do good. In his pursuit to do evil, he accidentally does good. Oh, boy. Anyway. Wow, okay, so it is way too late to watch the next episode, but tomorrow night. Like I said, so I'm Kira. If you enjoyed the video, if you wouldn't mind putting a like, if you're a repeat viewer, if you want to subscribe, that'd be really cool. I'll get that last episode banged out pretty soon, hopefully, and then hopefully get that conversation with my League player brother, because I think that you guys will really enjoy listening to him having a good conversation about stuff, because he's really media literate, and it's always just really fun for me to be able to talk back and forth with him about the stuff that we've seen, because he has really good opinions and ideas, and it's always just a real fun to talk with him, because otherwise it's just what I'm usually doing with a camera. So talking with another human being, I think really we get some really neat insights into what it's like for, you know, someone who's played League to watch the show, and also just to get his perspective on the show. So I really hope I'm able to get that video. So anyway, I hope you're doing well wherever and whenever you are, and I will see you very soon with the last episode. So take care. Bye.